Alright, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the New York session live stream. What's up, Justin? So, those sales from yesterday were really nice, eh? Yeah, that ran beautifully. So looking at the daily candles here, I mean, clear as day, we've closed below this rejection area. So we are looking for a continuation to the downside. We've got some news in 10 minutes as well. Very interesting. We've come up to retest 1900, that key level, right before the news. So I actually started 5 minutes early here. Thought about doing some cowboy stuff. There's Comex. What I was thinking was maybe if we could get a setup at Comex, maybe another tap into 1900, and then just try our luck, take some sales, lower the risk before the news. But yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's gone here. Now, the other things we need to worry about are, we don't want to get too taken away with these idea of that heavy continuation today. I think it's looking really good, based off of the higher time frame, the daily, having this pullback into 1900, coming to grab some liquidity. This pullback into 1900, I think that we've grabbed enough liquidity to see that nice push on the higher time frame. Hey, Farmer Tom, what's up? Long time. Corpse, what's up? So, yeah, very nice, interesting area here. I got this zone marked up, this general zone, where we can see all these rejections. This key level 1900, there's no real structure there. We can see general rejections in and around that 1900, which just is a very strong psychological level. So I was actually hoping to tap into 1900.8 or even 1901.5 and see rejections. I was actually hoping that we would be a little bit lower before the news and then possibly see news spark up into this area, reject, and then start to take advantage of those sells. News obviously could throw a spanner in the works if we're breaking and holding above 1900. The DXY, I just like to use this, as a correlation, not necessarily one-to-one, but we can just have a look at the structure here. So you are maintaining this bullish structure. You have had a pullback, a little bit deeper than I would have liked. I was kind of looking for price to come into this level at 103.25, find support there potentially and continue up. But we could even get pullbacks down to 102.8 and still be bullish here on the higher time frames. But if you're getting something like that, then we may not see that continuation on gold today as the dollar just ranges. So you got unemployment claims and fully fed manufacturing in 6-7 minutes there. Comex didn't do too much. Let's see what happened. A little bit of a push down, but no real structure or anything on the 1 minute. So you did get a wick up here at COMEX. On the second minute of COMEX, you wicked back up just shy of 1900. Morning everybody, morning. Sound is low. Let me turn it up a little bit here for you. Is that better? Took 3 months off, looking to get back into it. Good stuff, Tom. You know, sometimes it's necessary in the early days to maybe take a step back. 3 months is a while, but you know, you're not giving up, and that's the main thing, right? Good evening. Nice sells yesterday, very nice sells. Those played out beautifully. Today is a new day. We would love to see a continuation. You know, we've had a really nice pullback here. 4-hour candles are a bit tricky. I don't love the situation on the 4-hour candles. I'm thinking we could even, you know, come back up to like 1905 in this session. I was hoping to try something before the news, but it's not looking great here. Let's wait for the news. I'm still seeing a potential for a wick up deeper into this liquidity zone. Could even wick up into 1905 on the news. You know, if that news is coming out really good for the dollar, then expect to see us just drop here from 1900. And then at that point, your job is simply to manage your emotions. Don't feel any sort of FOMO. Understand that if we are seeing nice rejections of 1900 here, you're seeing nice volume, there's going to be opportunities for you to get in. There should be some sort of pullback along the way here on the lower time frames, and there's going to be plenty of opportunity for you to get in. So if we do get that initial drop, you know, that's a good thing. You know, we'll miss the nice entries off 1900. That's fine. But it will be worth it. It will be better to play it safe and not take anything before the news at this point. Just see what happens. Maybe we get a push straight down, and then, you know, we can then anticipate this higher time frame continuation to the downside. Looking to come into the lows here at 1890. Potentially even further. You know, if you're breaking below 1890, we should see 1885 today most probably. But we need to see these rejections at 1900. Like I say, that news could also possibly give you a wick up deeper into this zone. And if you are just seeing whipsaws back down below 1900, we can start to look for those sells again. Holding above 1900, you know, we could see moves up to 1905. If that news is very volatile, you may even see a wick all the way up to like 1905. Where if you want to be a cowboy, you can have a sell stop, a sell limit. Just have like a 20 pip stop there. That would be interesting. I'm not a fan of limit orders. I would rather wait to see price come into that area, reject, show some confirmations. But we had something like this the other day. Here it was. I think this was CPR. Yeah, this was CPR. So CPR, you can see, gave you that nice wick up into that next key level, 1930. Perfect rejection. You know, if you had your sell limits there, I mean, you would have got away with it. 5 pip stop, but 20 pip stop. Then looking to come back down into those lows. That's kind of the idea there. I'm not setting these orders. This is like a paper trade idea. I'm not expecting anything too crazy from the news. It's not a major event, but you're right at this level, 1900. So a very significant level there in price. Oh, there goes the drop. Good numbers for fully fed. If it, yeah. Not bad. Slightly lower than the forecast, worse than previous. I don't think it's going to be enough to really have gold breaking and holding above 1900. You know, that's not really a major catalyst to have breaks back above 1900 and see massive pushes to the upside. We're just going to monitor the price action. Oh, if this 5 could just close already, I wouldn't mind pulling the trigger on a setup like that. I like that we pushed up into this area, formed resistance. We had like a minor support, trying to push back up into 1900, and then just failing to obviously create new highs on this lower time frame structure. If this 5 closes bearish below this zone right here, that doesn't look all too bad. Just don't want stops to get too big. And I think what I'll need to see here as well is on the new 5 minute, I do want to see a nice top wick, maybe back up into this little zone. Five minute just needs to hang around here for the next minute. Nope, that's not it. Needed a nice strong bearish candle in the 5. So Tom, you asked how gold has been. So yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've mixed things up here a little bit. I've moved to New York session. Volume is quite a lot better. A lot more reliable as well. I'm more focused on the 4-hour candle close coming into NYSE, so NYSE you could say, than New York open. But on days like this where there's news, you know, we're sitting at this key level in price. If there's setups before the 4-hour close, I don't mind pulling the trigger. Also starting to take advantage of the lower time frames a little bit more. But yeah, London was too slow. Are we back above 1900? Tapping into 101.5. The support from yesterday. Yeah, breaking above. Probably gonna get push-ups, pushes up here to 1905, possibly. DXY below that 103.25, so yeah, just back in the ranging. Not really ideal for what we want to see. See what happens when we come up into 1905. No more MMNY, no more. No more monster money. No. No signals. $19.03 here as well. Also quite a significant level. I wonder what happens when you tap 1903. Okay, price is ignoring these levels. I mean, we did discuss the possibility for this news to give you wicks up deeper into this rejection zone, and then possibly still get that continuation. It is obviously pretty choppy here. You don't have too much to work with. But what we can see is that you've had a push up deeper into 1900. Seen a bit of a rejection here. Overall, so far, you just got whipsaws from the news. So just trusting that this 1900 will hold as a rejection zone. I'm kind of waiting to see how the 15-minute candle closes. If we can close bearish, so 5-minute closing bearish as well, then I can look at some more aggressive entries off of this area. Pretty risky. I don't mind it. 1910 to retest the day. Might as well do that today. Yeah, you know, we could get those deeper pullbacks. Yeah, definitely 1910 is quite a significant level. I like this structure on the 4-hour to come and retest these highs. But you know, you may even fake out of that area, tap 1910, grabbing a little bit more liquidity and then move back down. Ever consistent, time keeps moving, you have to learn to roll with the punches, learn, adapt, and eventually succeed. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did have to make a little bit of an adaptation due to market conditions, but I think it was actually a bit overdue to make some changes. I think, you know, overall did relatively well in these market conditions. But yeah, the lower time frames are definitely very powerful and serving me well in these market conditions. But things have sort of cleared up over the last couple of weeks. We've had a nice trend here on gold. I like what's going on. Not really, it's not amazing price action, but I like these rejections in this area. $15 closed bearish below 1900. So I mean, just keeping in mind, this is a very strong rejection area. We closed below 1900. That looks like more of a rejection candle. But this 5-minute price action is not great. Did close bearish, which is what I wanted. You know, this 15-minute pushing up again, creating a top wick, just grabbing a little bit more liquidity here. As it flips, as you break the previous bearish 5-minute low, you may start to see some pushes down off of this rejection zone, but it's tough. I would probably be very aggressive with management here. Thinking to maybe just wait for this 5-minute candle to close. See what the next 5-minute does. Looks like you're about to break that low. If this 5 can close bearish next 5, I'm interested in taking slightly more aggressive sells here. This price action is not great in this area, but I'm looking at this as rejections. You know, we're in a time of volume. You've wicked up deeper into this zone with news showing signs of rejection. 15-minute bearish candle closure. 2 bearish 5 minutes off of this level. We were pushing up here pre-New York, you know, failing to create new highs. This 5 can close bearish. You know, next 5, then looking for a top wick to be formed. And then stops could even be this candle high. So something like this. Nice volume on that candle as well. 3, 2, 1. Looking for a top wick to form here on this new 5 minutes. Alright, so we do have a little bit of a top wick. If we break the previous 5-minute low, it's quite a risky idea here. So just keep that in mind. This is a riskier trade idea. Maybe lower your risk. Stops are not bad. Risk to reward is good. Higher time frame makes a lot of sense. Stops would be about 24 pips. Nice pullback on this 5. Previous daily doesn't have a bottom wick. Depends what broker you look at. Oh no, yeah, my broker doesn't have a bottom wick either. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. There could also be opportunities on the new 4-hour. Keep that in mind. We've got 7 minutes until the new 4-hour. No, Tom. No, I wanted to trade New York, to be honest. I will never let anything like that hinder my trading career. So I was obviously locked in and committed to London session with the memberships. Which I didn't really want to be in that position anymore. think this idea is gone. You know, it slightly resembles a setup that I've spoken about a lot, where you get bearish candles off of a key level of interest, and then you get a minor bullish candle, and then when we break that bullish candle low, you know, because this is essentially now a support on the 5 minute, if you break that low, it's invalidating that support. And you know, with volume, with these rejections off of the key level, still looking for price to move down here, but you got 3 minutes until the 4-hour candle closes. So I would rather just play it safe here. The lower time frame price action is not great. I don't know if we're gonna get those sells today. Yeah, waiting for the 4-hour close. It's tough here with such a strong bullish candle coming into NYC. Not much happening tomorrow. What's happening next week? Got the BRICS summit next week. Hey. Some PMR numbers. That should be good on Wednesday after NYC. And then you got this Jackson Hole symposium starting next week, Thursday. That's going to be interesting. Keep an eye out for headlines from this. Could even see a bit of ranging as we build up to that. Anybody in any trades? How's everybody's day going? Anybody hold the trades from last night? Or from yesterday? TP smashed yesterday. DXY chart still confusing. Yeah, I mean DXY is just ranging here. May see this new 4 hour just blast off here. I mean, you've consolidated a little bit. You've got this support has kind of been confirmed now. So you may blast off here. New 4 hour. Previous 4 hour was very strong, bullish. If you're getting a push in the new, the first, few minutes of the new 4 hour, and let's say we come up into 1905. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens in that area at NYC. Sorry, Jack. Yo. 30-minute close bearish though. Still below 1900. Took some GJ cells. GJ. Yeah, that was a nice move at London Open there on GJ. Overall, flipping choppy. What are these new highs here on GJ? Goodness me. GJ is just on one. At least no one has asked GJ sells in a while. That I'm grateful for. I'm not surprised. I mean, I actually am surprised, to be honest. I mean, obviously you're here on the lower time frames, but I mean, I don't know, most guys come in here looking for like massive swing trades, anticipating GJ comes all the way back down to like, I don't know, 180 or something. Very interesting area on gold. Very interesting area. You knew 4 hour wicked up there, but we're still holding below 1900. Do you look at that? This is a very nice rejection candle on the 5. Your previous 30 was bearish, also a rejection candle. You know what? This may be the 5 I want to see. Maybe we wait for the next 5. One of our human weaknesses is our reluctance to change. Change can be the best thing in some situations. Yeah, some people are not so open-minded like that, eh? That trend line just lines up so nicely. Lines up really nicely with this previous support. And you know, we had quite an impulsive breakout yesterday. You needed a retest in this area. The question is, are we going to reject? I don't want to be too aggressive against this bullish 4 hour here. And what's tricky is you know, it's nice to see the 4 hour candle and the daily lining up. You know, previous daily here was bearish, so if we wanted the sells today, it would have been great to see a bearish 4 hour candle here. Not a clean setup, but sort of struggling to keep trending. London open, didn't push off to close above range. Yeah, and I think that's quite typical for GJ to pull back at London Open. Eh? When you're trending bullish like that, London Open often grabs liquidity, so it'll give you a nice move to the downside on GJ. Price is really struggling in this area. But if you do break above, let's say you break the previous 4 hour high, you know, we'll probably see 1905 tap this session. Prop firms gone to unlimited time. Yeah, they have. Definitely takes some pressure off, you know. I think that was one of the tricky things. Although, you know what, most people don't use the full time limit anyway, so I'm sure most people will continue to do what they always did. Personally, I didn't really use the full time limit when I was doing the challenges. You know, I'd gun it and just get it done and dusted, or blow it. But that's personal risk tolerance, you know. If you're doing a funded challenge and that's your way out, like, you need that capital. There's no other way for you, which I was in that situation as well. At one point, you do want to take it more conservatively. Take your time, use a lower risk, especially with these no time limits now. There should be no excuse at this point to not pass a challenge. If you don't pass, you simply just don't have that consistency, and then you need to go back to the drawing board. Six months, goddamn. Still don't understand how a challenge can last 6 months. What company was that? Gold's coming to get all this liquidity here from yesterday. Stop loss hunting. Come to get all the stop losses here from the guys who didn't take their profit. I'm just messing around. Stop loss hunts are not a thing. It's a lie. If I remember correctly, 5%ers they offer quite large trading capital with very small drawdown, right? Let's have a look here. I think they're scammers. I'll tell you why now. These guys are full of shit. Funding programs. Okay, let's just look at the 10K, right? Valuation funding. Yeah, up to 100% profit split. Does that make any sense? I don't think so. You know, ask yourself, why would they give you 100%? It's because the likelihood of you getting a payout is so low. Where's... Don't they offer bigger accounts? The thing is, when people are offering you such large sums of money, offering you the world, 100% profit split, and then they give you things like 6% drawdown, just run. These guys are full of shit. That's really designed for you to fail. It's not necessarily that they're a scam. If you pass, you know, they'll probably pay you. But it's designed for you to fail. All prop firms really are, but you know, some are a little bit more realistic and lenient. Where if you are consistent, you can pass. You know, that 5% is the drawdown restrictions, and that are just too much. guess with the time limit, it's doable. So you had a 15-minute candle here closing above this zone, above 1900. We'll most probably see that push up into 1905 here. 1903 also an area where you could see rejections, but I mean right now it's just in the middle of this range. So I'd really want to see us come up into 1905, see if we get those rejections there. But it's just going to be a waiting game for me here. I'm not too interested in the buys up to 1905. You know, might have to be patient today and see, monitor like the 30-minute and hourly candle closes. If you're getting bearish candle closures on the 30-minute or hourly below 1900, you know, makes sense then for us to start continuing back down. If you come up to 1905, you know, form resistance on the 30-minute, then once again, that's giving you confirmations that we're holding that area. You know, maybe we can give it a shot. But I'm concerned with the daily, or these 4 hours being so bullish that we may not get this this move all the way back down to the lows today. It's becoming a little bit unrealistic to see this daily candle flip. We might even see this daily close bullish. Then, you know, Friday we start to see some pullbacks. If the weekly closes bullish, that's going to be interesting. Then maybe next week, you know, we're back in this range on the weekly. This is liquidity for the new 4 hour. In my view, we creeped up. Yeah, that's true, eh? You know, when we have these slower moves throughout London, against the overall trend, generally, you know, we start to see the resistance being found closer to NYC, and then with that NYC volume, we get the move in line with the trend. For instance, you know, we had this situation on that CPI day where, you know, you were extremely bearish here. We had this area, 1925, which is similar to the level of 1900, similar scenario. You know, that was your support that you broke out, had an impulsive move below. The next day you creeped up very slowly back into that area. You actually wicked up even higher on the news there, into the next key level at 1930, and then, you know, we saw that move down. There you had volume from CPI though. But if we can see nice rejections off 1905 today, you know, you might be grabbing a lot of liquidity from that area to see that volume come in like that. Potentially, so, you know, still looking to see us come into 1905, see what happens there. Looks like we're seeing a bit of a rejection from 1903. You can see what's happened at that area before. That 1903 level. Oh yes, if we look further to the left as well, you'll see the significance of 1903 right here. Rejections, rejections, rejection, rejection. Ooh. Yeah, the 5-minute setup is nice there. Let's see where we at, where we at. I like this setup on the 5 as a rejection kind of setup off of a key level where you get a bearish candle. Next candle closes bullish, kind of like a support. So you can see we were moving bullish here and then tapped into 1903. This bullish candle, like I say, essentially formed a support. So if we were going to break through that 1903, sorry, you know, this candle should have been bullish as well, closing bullish, but breaking that previous candle low, closing bearish, it's like you invalidating that support. We'll go back and actually find an example because this happens very often right here. Oh, it happened yesterday. This is the setup we took yesterday, man. Exact setup. Off 1905. You know, it is very aggressive taking those kind of ideas on the first tap of a key level. So I'm just being patient here. We've got 5 minutes to NYC. Probably best to wait. Also, your previous 15 was so bullish. So if we do end up seeing strong rejections of 1903, you know, there's no rush to get in here first today, because it's not as clear as I would have liked to have seen. So if we can start to see moves down at NYC, look for some sort of break and retest of 1900 maybe, something like that. NYC maybe even could give you that push to 1905, and then we look for some sort of rejection there. I'm not on board with the buys today. But I need to be realistic and say right now that the sells are not setting up either. So if they don't set up, then, you know, maybe it's a no trade day. But I did come into today with like I don't want to say expectations, but an idea that we'd move down on gold. The main thing is when you have that is to not chase that idea. Listen to what price is telling you, don't force it. If the confirmations are not there, you know, it's okay to take no trade for the day. It's also good to have an adapted bias, so, you know, have an idea of where you would take buys potentially. But I'm not chasing today. I don't see the buys right now. You got not even 20 pips up to this key level, about 20 pips. You know, I would rather just wait to see us come into 1905 and see what happens there. Maybe if you get breaks above here and a retest, NYSE could bring you to 1910 potentially. You know, so that's an adapted idea there. Break and retest above 1905. But keep in mind we could get fake outs of 1905 as well. See those rejections and get the higher time frame sells playing out. So it's a tricky area. I'm just gonna get some water before NYC. What's up, Reese? NYC opened up with no top wick. We did close below 1903, 5 minutes. Nice little rejection candle there on the 5. this 5 closes below 1900, you could really start to see that move playing out. It's just tough here. We're taking sells off the foot, like off the rip. What would be nice to see is the next 5 closing a weak bullish candle. Could I draw this in here? That kind of setup would be magical. Maybe we close below 1900 here on this 5. Next 5 comes up to retest 1900, and then we look at something like that. But so far you got nice volume. Only issue is that there's no top wick on this NYC candle. But we come into a very interesting area. You've come up through the day, grabbed a lot of liquidity here. And now we're seeing those rejections come in at 1903. So I don't mind looking at the sells below 1900 here. Right, so you've closed bearish on the 5 there below 1900. You know, you would want to see maybe a nice top wick to get involved here, or wait for this 5 to close. And if we get that weak bearish bullish candle, like I say, next candle then breaks the low. But I don't want to enter just straight on the break of that low. Stops here like 40 pips, 40 to 50 pips. If we can get a minor pullback here, so there we go, you know, at least to tap 1900, you got a nice tight stop here. Is this the day where there will be absolutely no pullbacks at all? I was thinking the same thing. But no, I'm sure there will be pullbacks. I'm sure you'll get some sort of structure on the 5 as you begin to move down here. You know, maybe something like this. I just want to see that 1900 being tapped. If this 5 minute taps 1900 and then breaks its own low, I could take the sells on this 5 minute. But if it's not tapping 1900, then I want to wait for the next 5. Wait for us, gold. But I mean, looks like we've got some nice volume at NYC. Two minutes. This candle must close like this. Could that be a tap into 1900? I think it might have been. I didn't really want to see this 5 minute closing back above 1900. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Looks like he closed just above 1900. But if we do break that bullish candle low, you know, we're looking at that idea here. If you break the high, you know, with NYSE volume being back above 1900, you could see a push up here to 1905. I'm just not really on board with those bars. Makes sense though to come up and create a top wick for NYC at least. So, you know, if you took these bars, let's say break of that high, stops below the low, looking to target 1905. It's not a bad idea, but just be careful at 1903. Yeah, waiting for the 30-minute or hourly to close is not a bad idea at this point. Most probably will be the safest bet. If we had that volume at NYC to get the move, you know, we would have had a break of this candle low and got that continuation from this first NYC candle. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, we had no top wick on the NYSE open candle. You came up, created that top wick. We're seeing nice rejections there. 15 closed bearish below 1900, engulfing these past couple candles. If we break that previous 15-minute low, could get a nice push here. I would like to see a top wick on this new 15-minute though. That would be ideal. But we have grabbed a lot of liquidity here. This, you know, nice pullback. I think we've got enough liquidity there. So once we break that low, I'm gonna actually take these sells here. And there we go. So I'm in here on these sells. My stop loss is going to be, let's call it 1901. I don't need it all the way above these highs. We've had a pullback already. I'm not anticipating another pullback or a steep top wick on the 15. We're below that 1900 key level, so just going to put stops 10 pips above. Anticipating really nice rejections off of here with NYC volume. It is very tough with the 15-minute having no top wick, so you know, maybe lower your risk. It's not too late to do that. You know, don't be emotional. Just that now that you're in the trade, You know, you can close half here to lower your risk. If that top wick is something you're worried about, I told you my reasons why I'm not. Also, all of these rejections here, need to be careful. If this 5 minute can close below this zone at 1896.8, if we can close below there, we should see a push down here to the support from London session that is formed at Asian close. So that'll be my break-even point and TP1, 1893.8. We can break below that support level from London. We should be moving into the daily lows at 1890, which will be TP2. And then I am going to be ambitious here today. Today I'm going to be ambitious. I'm going to have some nice runner targets here at 1885. Today's the day where you can be a little bit more ambitious than usual. With the way the daily is looking, the way the higher time frames are looking, closing below that 1900 zone on the daily, you know, I'm expecting some nice moves here today. 5 minute closed really nice and bearish there, just below this little zone. Getting a nice little pullback on this new 5. So we want to see that previous 5 minute low broken and starting to push to 1895. 1895 also a key level, just keep in mind. I think a better level for this candle to have closed below, a more specific price point would have been 1896.5. We closed right on that level. So we definitely need to see this level being broken. Need to just be careful of pullbacks here. Yeah, that news, bro. Use. Hopefully we can get a push before that news. If this 5 closes quite strong off of this 1896.5, just be careful, chat. We've got this kind of minor support on the 5 minute, you know, where you could see that sort of retest. But I think we've had all the pullback we need today. We've got more than enough liquidity to start heading down. It's just that news may give you a whipsaw. It's a yellow folder, but it's a little bit close for comfort. A little bit too close for that. Hourly candle is looking really good here. Rejecting 1900. Like I said, that previous hour, you know, we sat above 1900 for a while, and this hourly candle was bullish for the majority of that hour. But I said that, you know, this previous hour, it still closed below 1900. And now we're sitting back bearish on this current hourly. Bearish engulfing. Got 5 minutes here though. We look really good to move down just based off of the technicals, but that news is just, like I said, I don't think it's gonna have a major impact, but it's tough. It's very tough. Basically at entries now. So, you know, this is the point where you either make the decision to close and wait for the new hour, or you just see it through. I'm gonna hold the line. Huddle. Dominance. Where's Ned when you need him? We break the previous 5 low. We are styling. And you can even go break even. If you want to be more aggressive, you're worried about that news, whatever, I don't think it's going to have a major impact. But, you know, you do want to be careful with holding trades through any sort of news. Maybe I'm traumatized because of, was it yesterday? Yesterday fucked me up. Yesterday was a very good day, but that first trade where I added, was it yesterday or the day before? Well, I was adding to a winner, and then that added position just got smacked. Got slipped with the news, came back, hit stops. But I went half risk, and then my initial position was break even, so, you know, it wasn't too bad. And then had that banger afterwards, so it was still overall a very good day. But just shows, you know, be careful with the news. I just completely missed the news folder. Yeah, it was yesterday. So yeah, here as we break this You see, this was essentially a support formed on the 5. Now that we're breaking that support, you're invalidating that support. And with the volume, you know, we're looking to now move down to the next zone at 1893.8. So like I say, now you'll see it more clearly on the 1 minute. You've got some structure being formed here. So you could move your stop loss to break even. It's essentially above that minor structure. But I'm going to leave my stop exactly where it is for now. And then that level, you know, as you come back to entry, that could be like a management idea. Maybe close partials, close half to reduce your risk so you don't have to sit in too much drawdown if it does go against you. Hopefully it doesn't. But you know, you got to listen to what price tells you. We don't hope here. How ambitious, 1800. Jeepers. You never know. I think if we get nice drops here today, no, look, I wouldn't hold to 1800. Let's make that clear. But let's be realistic. If that was your retest here of 1900 and you begin to come down to, let's say, 1866, I think we're more likely to move down to 1800 than we are to come back to 1900. So I mean, yeah, you could, let's just do this. Everybody remember this day. Remember this day, remember this trade. Stick it up on your wall and set alerts at 1800. Alright, we could do it. It's just the commissions. The commissions will eat you alive. The swap fees to hold that. Fuck. Oops. Okay, you got news here. Our candle close is just beautiful. Really nice. We're looking solid. Unless that news is going to do us 30, there's nowhere to really go here but 1894. Yeah, let's call TP1 1894, round number. Once we break that low, it should be on its way to 1894. Nice little pullback on the 5, nice little top wick, breaking the lows, looks perfect. Perfect. Took a screenshot. Send it to the Discord, please. Yeah, that's a fucking amazing day. was expecting a little bit more of a push here, but I mean, it's still the first 3 minutes of the hour candle. You know, that hourly candle gave you a super nice confirmation there. I mean, a very strong bearish engulfing candle off of 1900. Tapping into some previous rejection areas. We've had a pullback throughout the day, grabbed a lot of liquidity. Overall bearish. Your daily candle yesterday was just a clear closure below this zone that we've been struggling at for a long time. So I think we look really good here. Let's see what this news did. Clearly didn't have much of an impact. Came out as forecasted, so shouldn't have to worry. Worst case scenario, this hourly candle wants to pull back to 1900. It's 5 minutes, doing us a little bit dirty, but it's the first 5 of the hour, so let's just be patient. Not really what I want to see. As long as we can hold below this zone, this gray zone here. Although, like I said, the new hour candle might want to just wick up to 1900 one last time before we start to drive to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if the first 15 of the hourly closed bullish. Next 15 breaks the lows and we get that push to 1894. I don't really want to see us closing bullish though. I mean, obviously then that looks like a little bit of a support. The next 15, if this candle closes bullish, next 15 breaks the high, you know, you may want to manage your position at that point. Just pausing here a little bit. Pretty healthy top wick on the hour candle. Look at the 4 hour on this broker. Didn't close bearish, but massive rejection there. Very small bullish body. So you look at this candle here. If we break that low with volume, you know, you're looking to come down to 91, 92. Looking at that 4 hour chart. You know what, this take profit 1 and break even point, I'm going to move it down here to 92. Just based off of the, you know, we've got clear direction, higher time frame trend. That's the 4 hour support. So I think it makes a lot of sense to come down into that level. We've got nice volume here, but we'll just monitor this support from London session. Just got to be careful at this 1894. Let me do this. Yeah, I think we'll look alright here to continue pushing. So yeah, just got to be careful of 94. Be careful of rejections there. You know, because I don't really want to sit in major pullbacks or drawdown here. The whole idea is to see nice pushes in this time. So if we can push into 94, I see signs of rejection, you know, I'll secure some. But if we've got enough volume and we break below this London support, then there's a very high probability we push into 92. Need to just get below 95 here. This 15-minute candle is about to close. First 15 of the hourly. So it just did its job creating the top wick for the hour candle. Looks like it may even close that weak bullish candle as we discussed. Next candle breaks the low and we get the push. If we could start pushing now and this 15 closes below 1895, I'm still stuck in the 1900s here. If this 15-minute candle can come down, close below 1895, next 15 should give us that push to 1892. Potentially. I know I move my charts around a lot, so I'm sorry, chat. I'm like OCD with my charts, you know? I don't know about you guys. Push gold, push, 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 push. I want to get below 95 here. Very weak bearish candle on the 15. Got a nice top wick on the hour now. 5 minutes is a little bit choppy. 1 minute, I don't like the 1 minute. You created a support here, failing to create a new low. Could just be the top wick for the new 15. You know, higher time frame, the idea is there. I'm not gonna be too phased with the 1 minute, but we do need to be careful here. We're still above 95. $15 actually did close a weak bullish candle on my broker. Either way, we just want to see that low being broken. Nice top wick on the 15, respecting the previous 15-minute high. Expecting a push once we break those lows. You could even go break even once we break those lows, because your stop should then be above the previous 15-minute high, which makes sense. You don't really want to see price coming and breaking this high once we've broken the low. You know, we want to break that low and see a push. We don't want to see price coming back. There's no looking back, boys. Yeah, solid. Broke the low. 43 seconds until this 5-minute closes. Can we close below 95? That's the question. 95, just a key level here that we need to be careful of. So if we can get a 5-minute or 15 closing below 95, you know, that's easy, an easy 10 pips to 94. And then, like I say, that 94 level, we just need to monitor for rejections. If we can break there with enough volume, 92 is imminent. But this 94 level is your support from London session. So a pretty good area to target, hence it was my break-even point and TP1 initially. But I just zoomed out here on the 4 hour, and I think it makes a lot of sense for us to at least come down into this 4 hour support at 92. Yeah, we broke that low, didn't get the push. Still above 95, so we need to now be careful. And now, come on, gold. It's taking its time. We are setting up like 30 perps, just by the way, chat. If you want to secure some here. Decent. I think it's sensible to say break even. Move stops to break even. Yeah, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even. Look, we've been sitting in profit for a while now. Worst case scenario, trade comes back to entry. But right now this is a risk-free trade. Too secure or not too secure? I'm gonna secure 50% here. Not giving me the push I want. So I've secured 50%. Stop loss is at entry. It's a risk-free trade. 23 pips or so in the bag. It's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Take what you get, you know? It's just hovering right at this 95 level. I've been paying attention to these psychological levels quite a lot lately, and especially in times of volume, they can give you really strong reactions. You know, we referred to the 1930 level the other day. Here, right here, you know, that news how it just wicked up into 1930. You know, what is 1930 other than a psychological level? Because you were actually below that resistance at 1932. You know, look at the taps into these levels in this time. Just perfect taps and rejections. So like I say, we are struggling here a little bit, but after yesterday's trade, I think I'm also like just fried. You know, when you hit the gym and you're lifting heavy weights all the time, your central nervous system gets fried. I feel like yesterday that was the equivalent of that on the chart. Sitting in that trade for so long yesterday really took it out of me. So I don't want to be in that situation again. Securing 50, well, not. I would love to see a trade like that. Yesterday's trade was beautiful, but yeah, rather just gonna secure some, move stops to break even. So yeah, you can see we tapped 95, still closing above. The 30-minute candle's about to close as well. We look good here to drive down. It's just not giving you the push. Maybe the next 30. Maybe the next 30, if you can break this low, you get that push. But it's tough. You're also right here above the London support. Rather just secure some. I mean, overall, it was a very easy trade. No drawdown. Waited very patiently for entries there. Yes, last yellow folder this session. Oh yeah, there is another one. Natural gas though. No, shouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, worst case scenario, we get a spark up, get taken out at break even. Yeah, this 95 is holding right now. So, you know, this idea of the move down could still play out, but with you struggling to push right now, you know, you could get pullbacks all the way to... Sorry guys, my dogs are on one today. You could get pullbacks all the way to 1900. And like I said, this was a relatively easy trade. I mean, didn't give you like an amazing push, but we've been in profit from the entry. There was no drawdown here. You know, so now at this point, sitting in 30 pips of profit for the last 15 minutes, I don't want to go back into drawdown. If you see price come back up to 1900 and see rejections, you know, that's a nice trade idea right there. but it's a bit late in the session for me. I wouldn't want to take entries now. Obviously, I don't mind holding this. And I'll look to hold this to 92, yeah. Keep the stream going until we get to 92 or break even. I'm sure we'll get that push to 92 on the next 30. Got a minute left here for the 30-minute candle. Can we close below this London support? We're below 95 now. 1895. Yeah, there's the push, man. I think it was just waiting for me to close some. I might take my full profit at 92, to be honest, since I've already closed out half. Yeah. Nah. YOLO. I'll secure partials at 1892 and then let the rest run. 1890 looks like a solid target here as well. I think for me what I'll do is possibly just have my final TP at 1890 at the lows. Because I secured partials very early on, you know, I don't think I'm going to have these runners down to 1885, but it's a potential for those trade ideas to play out. But you don't want to be greedy, you know. The idea with this trade is simply to come into these lows. So late in the session, I would be surprised if you got a nice quick push to 85. You know, if we can break below 1890, that might be a move that plays out through the night. I'm not going to hold this trade through the night. So 1890, I would take that. $30-minute close below 1895. If we got enough volume here, we should be pushing. Just need to get below 1894. $30-minute just got a little bit of a top wick, tapping 1895. That should be enough of a top wick on this 30 for us to start driving down now. It's just been slow and steady, eh? Not much volume, but moving nicely. With this kind of lower volume, slower movement down into this London support, you need to just be very careful of this level. Would have been nice to have seen a little bit more volume coming into this area. But as long as we can get 5-minute candles closing below, not see any sort of rejection candles on the 5-minute off of here, we should be alright. And as long as we hold below 1895. Okay, looking good. Last minute of the 5. It's going to tell you a lot. Push, push, push. 10 seconds. Can we close below? Come on. Now we look good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Closed right at 94. Still above this support. Once we break this area, this is an easy 20 pips. 15 pips. Could see us break below here and then get a retest of the zone as well, but that would be like something I would look for if we had more volume. Yeah, shit. Not enough volume here. But if anyone hasn't closed anything, that was the initial TP1 idea, and you're seeing some sort of reaction there. Volume's very low. I mean, we're just trickling down here. Pullbacks can happen, you know, maybe secure some here. Already secured 50%, so I'm going to hold off for now. Unless we get closures above 1895, then I think I will close full. I'll call it a day. It's just getting a little bit late for me. Just give us a drop here. We're not seeing major signs of rejection here from this level, which is a good thing. Would be nice if we could see this 5 closing below. This 5 looks like it'll close bullish, but weak bullish. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you are struggling in this area, but no signs of real rejection just yet. 5 minutes for the 15 to close. You really want to see the 15 closing below here. If you don't, you know, expect possible pullbacks. It's a solid level, this 94. You know what? I'm closing full right here. We're breaking that bullish 5 minute high. We're still below 95. You could be alright if you hold. Stops are at break even, I would imagine. So, you know. But I'm happy with the trade. Like I say, I'm a bit fried from yesterday holding that trade. I don't like to hold trades too long. My plan is to be in and out in the session. I don't want to be holding trades after the session, swinging, whatnot, you know. So that's me. I'm done. Nice clean move. Was a bit slow, but I'm happy with that to call it a day right there. What I'm concerned about is, you know, this is your support from London session. You had quite a strong move up from there, and we're just struggling at that zone right now. We've had a very slow move into that area. You're not really coming into that area with a lot of volume. This 15 minutes about to close. I didn't really see it closing below 94, with the previous 5 minute being bullish and then breaking that high. So, you know, looks like we're gonna possibly start to pull back. I don't want to give up too much profit because, like I say, I'm not gonna sit here through that drawdown. So I'm happy to take my profit off the table right there and call it a day. Higher time frame, the trade idea is there. If you're holding partials, if you're holding your trade, that's fine. Maybe secure some in this area. At the end of the day, like I say, these are my trades, but I can just share ideas and suggestions of things that you could do, things you could look out for. Be careful of this support. If you do get breaks below, I would anticipate 92 gets hit relatively easy, but you're getting late into the session here. You have had pretty nice, I mean, not the greatest movement, but you've had movement today. You know, we've been up 50, 60 pips. Down nearly 100 pips in the session. You know, what more can you really ask for? So I don't expect anything crazy. Maybe London close, maybe later in the session you do get some crazy moves here. I mean, the daily yesterday, I was sort of expecting crazy things today. But what I do like is that we've now had a pullback and retest of 1900. Maybe tomorrow, if we're still hovering around 1890, and tomorrow, New York session, we get breaks below 1890. It's gonna be a good day tomorrow as well, you know. So, yeah, good day here. And regardless of whether it was a good day or bad day, regardless of whether tomorrow is a good day or bad day, the market's gonna be a tomorrow, next week, you know. Yeah, this 15 is about to close bullish here for this London support zone. So I'm really happy that I secured something there. Not leaving any profit on the table today. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Take it easy, guys. Safe trading. Can I get like a W spam in the chat or something? You guys are too quiet. Too quiet. I'm not leaving until there's a W spam. Yeah, August is a slow month. True. Historically, August is a very slow month. No worries, vendor. Appreciate you guys.